that had ever swapped was Venerated, playing Omen one time versus Sova every other time. And then on the other side, we've got ZachaREEE on the Sage. That's no surprise there. So, I mean, he's hard-locked the Sage. Psalm's going to be playing the Sova. deph's going to be playing the Cypher.
Right here.
But we have Corey on Phoenix, another duelist, but a different one than what we've seen from Raze in that first map. So a much different style, and that's where the flashes are now going to be available, the curveballs and very aggressive plays from Corey leading the pack. So we'll have to see how this Phoenix plays. It's the first time we're seeing one on the broadcast, so definitely could be showing us a little flavor here on map 2. There's a curveball around the corner. It's a quick peek down A, but they slow things down as they jump across the corner, now working down shorts. With the smokes down, they get stopped a little bit, and they have to maybe peek into window, and yes, they do get a little bit of information up B and also a little bit of control over that so that there's no quick flanks if they do opt to end up hitting A. But we'll see. This pistol could keep the momentum or lose the momentum of whatever side is feeling good.
Venerated wants to go for that peak mid, spots the Sage out, but decides to back off after the early damage. Look at this play coming in as they try to push their way forward. It's actually Corey who punishes as the Phoenix goes for the hot hand self-heal, and that'll guarantee A-site control. So not a great start here for the side of 100 Thieves. You've got Hiko coming in as the Omen. 2 shock darts coming in just off the mark. As the wall comes out as well, they're going to get spotted. Hiko coming through from heaven. 2 quick kills as the Omen delivers, and you've now got it down to a 2-on-2. Hiko's going to drop that paranoia in hell just in case there's someone hiding underneath. Spots one by default. The swing out from Venerated doesn't produce success, and it all falls onto Hiko, who comes through, tries to time it with the reload, but doesn't get an opportunity to shoot a shot. So 2 players survive. Faze Clan pick up where they left off in that first half of the first map by winning the pistol.
And unfortunately, Psalm puts that last player down that Hiko really needed to survive for him to get out of heaven in that case. And Faze Clan picks up another pistol. Things get going on the second map. We'll have to see how the different agent selects are going to have an influence. Obviously, both of the quote-unquote star players in Hiko and Corey have switched up. Corey with the 2 pistol round frags to start things off on Phoenix. A big pick from Marved, but he also gets picked off against 3 players who are still alive and pushing. They're going to get that bulldog, but they give up so much space. B is now under control. Psalm is going to plant that down, and they are going to be flanking from A, so really no chance here. Corey is even making sure that there's nothing down mid. He will secure this. He will secure the space, and most likely the round on this anti-Hiko.
Yeah, Corey's going to spot one as well on the lurk, trying to flank through the backside of the play. Corey having a very valuable round with that ghost as Hiko 2 will fall. It's YaBoiDre with the bulldog, but it kind of kicks back like a chihuahua. It's going to be a Pride 1v3 opportunity. The spike is already too far gone. The round is going to go the way of Faze Clan, just trying to potentially go back and pick up that bulldog if possible, and deph's going to say no way to that. So the first 2 rounds go the way of Faze. They win the pistol, and they win the round that follows. As of yet, 100 Thieves have not won a pistol. They lost the pistol in the first half and the the Eco, I guess you could say, as they were the ones on the Eco. And the same happened in the second half that put them in that 11-3 position.
Even though Hiko historically a legendary pistol player, it's a whole different game, a new field to play with. So, moving forward here, this is where things need to change. Remember, it was the exact same starts. 100 Thieves on defense on binds, and Faze Clan on the attack. So, things could open up exactly the same way if we don't see anything different out of 100 Thieves, but we see the aggression down long. Hey, Corey's going to pick off Hiko in a straight-up duel, run it back straight through, and he doesn't get taken off, but gives the space for these 2 players here to keep pushing up, but it doesn't matter. Pride and Valliate shut it down, even though they're really pushed so deep back, but finally they take them out. The remnants of them are still here. Venerated also going to find Psalm peeking a little too aggressively, and it's all left to 2 players of Faze Clan. Marved is up, and he's been feeling it. And they push Venerated back too, all the way down. They switched to a 2 versus 1, but low HP on the Cypher.
I don't know if you noticed this, the molly bugged and went inside the plant. so it caused a bit of a problem there. I think he intended to put it down on the ground. The spike, though, is planted on the site, and it's dephh who's got like 2 HP after shock darts came through on the default spot. The second shock dart didn't deliver. So yeah, dephh is on 2 HP. The player who was mid now running all the way back around. The tripwire spotted out quickly there by Venerated. Recon dart coming out to try and spot out the positions of these players. Moving in close, he's been spotted, and there you go. The ping's coming through on that recon dart, giving away the position. Venerated trying to come around the corner and still at least win that battle. Taps the spike, but has to stick it pretty soon. There's the swing wide. Does he have the time? No. He's going to have to back off and might not even make it away from the detonation circle, as the round will go the way of FaZe Clan, and everyone must die. 3-0 starting out map number 2.
But a valiant attempt by Venerated, and definitely everybody still maybe reaching the potential that they had round after round. Maybe a little closer than what we saw in the first half, but those rounds so far in the distance. We'll have to see now. 100 Thieves, the defense, they did something slightly different, peeking down long A, but that's pretty common on this map. I want to see them take a little bit more. They've also pushed down long C on the eco. Maybe some mid aggression can come out, but with the eco here, they're just going to try some desperation plays on A again, which they gotten shut down multiple times against Corey and crew.
Corey tries to spam through as the smoke lands. Won't produce much. They're trying to work their way up onto long. Venerated back behind the box. They know the position based on the trajectory of the owl drone as it came out. Valliate's got to deal with one right around the corner in spawn. That'll be Corey, who's playing the Phoenix and playing it masterfully as well. Corey has played so well throughout this series thus far, as it's now a 3-on-5, and that spike is this round's over.
Yeah. To speak a little bit more about Corey, like, we might not have seen anything crazy flashy out of Corey, but my man has been up there on the standings, consistent, just dominating time and time again, round after round, getting at least 1 or 2 kills. He's playing so well for his team and leading the pack for FaZe Clan. dephh, though, in this game, 7 kills so far after 4 rounds. Impressive stuff from him. Really hasn't even started yet. Another attempt for 100 Thieves here on the gun round. Another attempt to find some space on the defending side again. And remember the deficit that they came back. Yes, they can do it again, but do they want to? No, they need to find some way on this defense to really act against FaZe Clan's continued slow aggression, clearing all the corners together. Corey again, this peek down long A is so good at clearing these angles. Clearly he's proficient with it, as he's done it every single round, and they've been able to make calls based on the information that he's getting. That last round, for example, pushing back towards C after he holds off 3 people pushing down A, but there's 2 down C. There's a trap wire there. Hiko can't go any further without giving up the position. They might decide to pounce quickly on it, especially with information here that Psalm is trying to push into his garage.
Even though they can't push past this tripwire right away, they can at least make the call to start pulling some extra resources over towards A. You've got this cam in the corner by Valliate, just spotting for the push that's coming through. Probably just going to stay on this cam and not actually fire a dart just to spot them out. Here comes the push in. They take out the camera almost immediately. There's the orbital strike towards heaven to give them control of the site. So the site's been lost. A deep cyber cage coming out. The Hunter's Fury being cut by Venerated. It's Valliate, though, that will hit just with a few bullets after the initial damage dealt to take down Marved. It's a 3-on-5. 100 Thieves in a really good position to try and retake the site. The spike has still not been planted. They don't feel comfortable going for it. So as they now go to stick that spike and it connects onto pay dirt, it will be the retake coming through from 100 Thieves.
Venerated with a shock dart too. He's the one who made this so difficult. Corey's still up. And there's one more player down below. Corey curveballs himself, and YaBoiDre will clean him up. A nice round from 100 Thieves after what looked like possibly they were losing the space there. You remember Hiko. And all the way down long C. It was your boy Dre with him. They did not want to push past it, did not want to pop that trap wire. If they did, it could have potentially made that execute come a little faster. But Venerated holds on, gets one pick with the operator, and then instantly uses that Hunter's Fury to deny the plant, deny any space. And then by then, all of the smokes, all of the abilities from FaZe Clan were elapsed. They were spent. There was no more in the tank, and they had to wait it out. That gave the room for 100 Thieves to collapse from all sides. Well done from them, and they break the pattern. It's 4-1 where we saw them down 6-0. We might see them start to climb back in this defensive side, which is exactly what we said they needed to do.
And here they're going to have Venerated getting that op again early, which was a big part of their success. And this shot actually, no, it looks like it's connection. Yeah, the heal coming through onto the Cypher. He had him very low, but in that meantime, in that exchange, Corey has managed to sneak all the way up onto this B site. They do hit with a dart coming out from the Owl onto the Brim, who is sitting on the backside of mid. Corey is still in such a god position right now. Pride trying to head back towards the site. Psalm's going to pop the old Hunter's Fury. One pulse will connect, but only one pulse. Decent damage dealt, but nothing that can't be healed. Corey still on the site, hasn't even really had to move. Venerated still from the backside of site, though. You've now got dephh pinching around the opposite side. Venerated couldn't stay alive for too much longer. The site's been lost, the spike's been planted. It's down to a 3-on-3, though, as Pride manages to actually pick up 2 with the Vandal. So great work coming in from Pride, the Brim, who struggled on that first map in the first half before turning things around. Hiko as well, chiming in on his own. It's all up to Corey. The Phoenix on the site, and all he's got left is the gun in his hands and the flame wall. So they're going to go ahead and start tapping onto that spike, trying to bait him out of position. 100 Thieves able to chain 2 rounds in a row together. Thus far, a much better start for them map 2 than they had on map 1.
A huge difference for map 1. Things are looking good, and Hiko is chiming in at the right times. Like we saw him on the attack last time on buy, and this time he basically secures the round by coming out of the flank and taking out the one chance that they had in the 3v3 or 3v2 situation to secure that round. Always, when you're looking at B, you have to control that window position, because otherwise he's there, he's waiting, and can peek on the bomb time and time again. You basically have to rely on aim duels to close that one out. But they don't. Hiko will take it out, take control, and Corey has nothing to find out the backside. A little bit too wide on the swing. Venerated will peek down mid, yes, and find Corey. And there's no res available. They fall right back because of that. And they have so much room in this round to work with. The man advantage, dephh on pistols. Oh, it's pistols all the way through for FaZe Clan. The reset was big for them. He does get space on A, though. Look at that, dephh. He could make them hurt here. Where is the last player on this site? It's, oh my God, Valliate. No way. They're going to approach this and take him out right as he's about to peek, right as the team is about to jump across into long A. And now they've got the site, but Venerated and Pride are here, and they're going to fight.
That's huge, too. The tripwire spotting Marv. Ult's going to come down after picking up the op in short. They go ahead and gun down the spike. What went from being a promising lurk by dephh has fallen apart as it's come down now to just 2, and dephh is barely alive in this round as well. You've got Psalm here with the Phantom. dephh, who's got that upgraded pickup. I believe it's an operator that he found off the body of Valliate. It's not going to make too much of a difference as YaBoiDre continues where he left off in that first map. Dynamite performance there, and a strong showing here early on as 100 Thieves claws back into the game after losing the first 4, and now is at just a 1-round deficit to FaZe Clan.
And it looked like that might be a dangerous round, even though it was Hiko. But Pride and Venerated come swinging in that site. And I love the orbital strike to actually basically cut off all of shorts, and that gives space for Venerated and Pride to swing around the corner together, take them out, and then YaBoiDre hitting the 2 nasty shots in the final moments. Of course, just pistols. Venerated and Pride did the work before. Corey gonna flash through the cyber cage, something that you see quite often on long control strategies. They force the opponents quickly off of long A, and the default continues.
Working their way back towards A. You've got, again, the Cypher playing short. This time not making the mistake as last time. Staring at that cam with no long support. Long support's arrived. Valliate on the operator. Knows the tripwire went down. Going to sink a dart into the belly of the Sage as they try to work up short. But they're actually going to start falling off. So they're going to likely take that spike and full audible potentially over towards the C site. You can see they're moving that direction currently, which means they're going to have to duke it out with Hiko, who's playing on the site as the Omen. You've got Dre still in position over towards B. The wall that was down was over towards C short. But now they slow things down. They started that rotate. They thunder-footed their way through spawn. They're waiting for the players to get up close to garage. Hiko's got a lot of territory to watch and watch alone, as their other C players have rotated over towards A, which puts so much pressure here on Hiko. There's the ult being popped as well. Run it back. Thrown out by Corey to give them site control. The wall's going to go down on garage. That's going to make this retake even that much harder. The molly goes in, but it doesn't matter. The site's already been lost. The run it back expires without any damage dealt.
And dephh on the back lines is deadly. Definitely dominating that time on A. Last round, he gave chance to win the eco. This time, a well-read round, Hiko has to fall off. They give the retake up, and it's an opportunity here for them, but 5 players are going to be what they need to find. Venerated starts off, but Corey trades as well. And some recon bolts going to go through. Hiko gets one too. They've evened this up. A recon bolt, yes! Hiko with 1, maybe 2. No, it's Venerated. And it's just dephh, who's all the way back down garage. They gotta get on the spike though. Still time, but there's a dark cover in the way, and Hiko will hit him with the sheriff. He tells him, I'm the man in town. 1 tap to the face, and 100 Thieves have tied this up much earlier than we've expected.
That should have been so much harder for 100 Thieves to get back in, but it's all because of that recon dart. That recon dart that came out from Venerated almost wasn't a thing, as Venerated got wide swung and ended up connecting with the operator. That recon dart gives all of the information to Hiko, who's inside that dark cover over towards garage, sprays down on the first, and then has to exit to take down the second. And at that point, that lurk play that started things off with dephh getting the backstab coming in from B-site connector, that's a problem. Now dephh is alone, and they know where he is. He's coming in from garage. They use the dark cover to keep him out of the play, and it works out very nicely for 100 Thieves. Corey spraying down early on long. No damage dealt. It was the defensive side of 100 Thieves that used the smoke to try and pick up that ult orb, and I'm pretty sure they grabbed it. And again, we see posturing towards the A site by Faze Clan.
We started to see 100 Thieves gamble towards A in the last round. Ultimately, it worked out, even though they went C. This time, like you said, posturing. Psalm has cleared out so much. They finally spot him behind the default box, but what they don't know is that there's 2 players hidden. One in spawn side and one in heaven, but dephh does not care. Oh my goodness, what is that on the pride? And even the paranoia from Hiko is not going to matter. Venerated will shut down Psalm though. And another one trying to push through the smoke. Dephh getting so aggressive. Actually, Valliate's the one going through, but trades back and forth. A resurrect available too. Venerated almost finds one. Hiko through the barrier orb, and that's the spike down. So they bought themselves time. There's an orbital strike that holds them off, but it doesn't matter. They push through. Hiko finds one, Venerated another with a shock dart on the Psalm. And 2 versus 1, all left up to Marved.
That orbital strike came through, taking down Hiko. Now Marved is trapped in hell, and the retake is coming in from 2 angles. The shock dart came in to do that initial dam, and the recon dart not really going to give away too much, but they're going to figure out where this player is hiding. There's the res coming through as well. As they start to work their way in, they're going to drop off. There's the double peek. It almost didn't work out so well. YaBoiDre has to stick the spike. They will get it, but an almost impressive clutch there from Marved, who dropped 2 players rapidly to force things down to 1. That's an expensive round, but look at the credits right now built up for 100 Thieves. They could definitely afford to swallow that expensive round.
That they could. On the other side, Faze Clan is low economy. They're going to make a couple of purchases, but make sure that they can buy into the next one as we're approaching the end of the half. Oh my goodness, Marved really almost made me jump out of the room, run upstairs, because that flick was ridiculous. But thankfully, 100 Thieves got that resurrect off onto Hiko. So they're able to secure, no matter what magic things Marved will pull out the hat. A couple people down C. YaBoiDre is up on the box with a boost that they had. And he's going to be able to find a pick. No, actually, that smoke covers a lot as they peek down. And I don't think he got the information. It's going to be a wall that's necessary. Yes, I think he might have walled one in front. No. And back off. Thankfully, they still don't know that this is coming, though. They don't actually know that there's those players behind, and Drone will not be spotted. dephh has found another gap. He's going to be able to take out Psalm instantly, and another one, too, on Pride. Wow, wow, wow. Venerated, sorry, it was a silver player. Hiko will try to chase him down, but they got C now. There's one player who has to hold on over there. It's YaBoiDre! What a shot! To basically hold on. Psalm will get the Hunter's Fury to trade him out, but 100 Thieves have done what they needed. Last player remaining is Psalm. Oh, actually, it's 2 still. It's Hiko on the side. There's so much going on in this map. I'm struggling to keep up with it. Crazy.
Absolutely ridiculous round. A lot of things happening all at once. dephh somehow hides away from that owl drone inside C short, inside garage. Hiko still has the ult, so he's going to ult over towards A and going to get there in time for them to not hear that ult pop. So there's the wall actually going down into heaven. Zach is going to stick the plant more towards the default spot and head back towards long. Hiko still has some utility to work with, but no paranoia as he works his way up. Can use those dark covers to try and section off parts if necessary. Likely going to drop one on the spike here. Nope, just drops it and then taps the spike. Trying to bait out shots. Knows there's one now short, and knows there's got to be one coming up from long as well. But the timing is just really well played there by FaZe Clan. Both players peeking at the same time, and there's just too much distance separating the two targets. Hiko can't translate that crosshair across both. So, I mean, the biggest missed opportunity of that round was dephh somehow sneaking his way in through garage and finding 2 kills and completely splitting apart the defense like goalposts.
Finally, FaZe Clan respond after 5 rounds in a row from 100 Thieves, the longest streak from that team since that attacking side on bind. And we're getting close to the end of this first half. I gotta say, that last clutch, although quick approach again down long A, that last clutch, that trap wire that they tripped in the final moments might have actually thrown Hiko off as he was poised to take that first one through the dark cover. Looking at this round though, ooh, nice peek. That's a lot of information gained from Valliate, but now maybe stuck. He's gonna have to spend a cyber cage, place it down in the trap wire aggressively. They'll have to deal with to slow them down even more, but also get the information a little bit earlier. And again, they get control. dephh has been so good at lurking through, even as Cypher with no mobility available for him, just the cyber cages to work around. ZachaREEE also peeking up to B. This could be massive. They got the sights. They've cleared everything out. And there's 2 players who might flank. No, they come back. They're just going to plant and play post-plant.
Hiko trying to work through. Venerated up on top of the wall. It's a bait and switch. I love it. They throw the wall down, making them think it's going to be a B-side execute. They're now going to be heading over towards C instead. They're going to be directly facing off against YaBoiDre, who's backside currently with an operator, and there is a lot of bodies coming that direction. Hiko has arrived to offer some support. The spot is in, but no damage. No, Hiko's going to find 3. YaBoiDre picks off one with the operator as well. It comes down to Corey, and Corey somehow turns it around. You've got a 2-on-1. Spike just about to touch pay dirt. There's the ult coming in. The spike will be guaranteed. He can't get out of the orbital strike in time, so at least the money is there. But what a ridiculous round, a back and forth. It looked so good for 100 Thieves, and then all of a sudden Corey almost ripped that round back for FaZe Clan.
Oh my goodness. It all starts with Hiko, 3 kills out of logs to hold down that site. Well done for them to bait him right into that with perfection. YaBoiDre wide swings after letting them all through. Whether intentionally or not, he swings back so that they look at him. They get the frag on YaBoiDre, but they don't spot Hiko's in the corner while they're all trying to cross onto YaBoiDre. 3 kills for Hiko, a spray down, and then Corey almost brought it back. I'm wondering if there's an opportunity there for him to survive the orbital strike with his ultimate run it back. I don't know exactly how that interaction works, but it would have been really fun to see. Still, Venerated peeking down mid. Corey is going to bait that shot out and force him all the way through. A different approach. We've seen Corey basically been on long A every single time. He ults straight through garage. He gets the information that the operator's playing there. We'll have a paranoia down to slow things down as YaBoiDre peeks him again. He's going to get aggressive though with the slow orb. No, it's the barrier wall to stop it. Another one aggressively into B. They saw that this was an opportunity last time, but there's the molly to slow things down. They've got space, and they've actually pushed them back out of the B site.
Corey seeing that ice down in towards short doors, letting the team know, and they're going to be backing off. Look at this, though. Psalm has lurked his way out onto the C site. There's only one present currently. It's Hiko. It's all about timing. Hiko says, that's cute, but I'm still here. Taking down Psalm, who is trying to lurk their way through. That'll now force them to come through from garage. And again, you're going to have a similar setup to what we saw before. Fake port coming out from Hiko, trying to trip them out with the audio as they again, are stuck inside garage right now with that dark cover. 30 seconds left. dephh, now the one that's lurking over towards the A site, has managed to make it up, but they know he's here. So his lurk, he thinks he's being clever and cute and funny. Right now, it's the Sova waiting in spawn, Venerated right around the corner. Easy kill coming in as they start making their way towards the A site. Cybercage is going to come down. They're looking for the cam. They're going to peek with just 12 seconds left. They desperately need to get on the site and go ahead and stick that plant. Orbital strike comes down. You can see the dive bomb on the site. There's Pride picking off the planter. The round is falling apart regardless of whether or not that final kill comes through. But it will be 100 Thieves who now have 7 rounds as we switch things over to the second half. They did it. They managed to have a successful first half.
And a successful indeed it was. 7-5, a far cry from the 9-3 they had on defense on Bind. 100 Thieves is looking good. They're riding the momentum from that comeback on Bind to hopefully push this to a map 3, but they still got the attacking side to go. But from what we saw, it was so strong out of them on Bind. I can't expect that we'll see anything different here on Haven, especially now that they've dominated on this defensive side. It's still close though. 2 rounds is the gap. FaZe Clan does not have to do the job that 100 Thieves did last time. And they kind of were, I mean, experimenting a little bit. dephh and Psalm even were getting a lot of space for free. They're starting to experiment slightly on the attacking side from where they started, which was just approaches down in certain directions and taking multiple gunfights together. We'll see how that actually translates on defense. I can't imagine that there's going to be too many pushes from what we saw on Bind. They weren't really playing too aggressively, except for Marved, who I think is going to be the X factor for FaZe Clan in this half.
Again, they have yet to win a pistol in this series. This would be a huge way for them to try and take things to a third map after narrowly losing that first map. They almost brought it back, taking things to OT, losing 13-12. But they've definitely shown more promise here as things are just starting to click a little bit better. They're working their way up onto this A site, clearing out all angles. There's the cyber cage coming out from the defense. Dark cover about to come in as well from Hiko towards spawn. Actually, no, it's the paranoia being popped to try and blind them. Now the dark cover comes down, making hard for them to try and push their way out. It's a little bit of a one-sided retake right now. There's no one coming in from long or flank. They're all coming in through spawn, whether it's heaven or straight through spawn. Long shock darts coming out. There's the camera high in the sky. YaBoiDre gonna connect, though, onto dephh. They're going to lose that intel as it was through the wall. They spotted him. Valliate picks up one onto Marved, but Corey and Psalm get in on the action. Psalm finds a second as well on the retake. Hiko now trying to tuck back behind this wall, trying to get into the corner, and does so masterfully. They're not going to anticipate this. Hiko misses the first shot, but it doesn't matter. Oh no, Hiko can't get it back under control. It's now ZachaREEE against the brim. The molly goes down yet again. Did Pride do it again? He has to go inside the flames to try and stick it. It's not going to work out. Pride has done it again, but this time it's a pistol round. That is now several clutches, and somehow he manages to move away from the bomb radius in time as well to escape that damage.
And you mentioned that 100 Thieves did not win a pistol round. Here we do it finally in the second map. The 4th pistol round goes in favor of 100 Thieves, but man, did we see a lot of preparation in that round. A 5v5 retake was in store for FaZe Clan. They had set shock darts from Psalm to clear the corners, the barrier orbs and everything. Well, it worked well in favor, but then Pride is the man. If you get a brimstone with a molly, an incendiary grenade deep on long, you know he's going to be putting that down in the last seconds. That's why you need the map control. If these situations arise, you need to come from multiple angles. So this could be a quick approach down long C all together, essentially, except for Hiko by himself, but with the guns that they have and the armor that they have against FaZe Clan, it looks like they'll be making quick work of it, but there's a curveball through, and ZachaREEE gets another Venerated, a spray down for the ages. 3 kills down. Hiko comes through garage. The round completely out of the hands of FaZe Clan from what almost looked like they could have pounced onto that site. 100 Thieves will take a 9-5 lead.
I think we're going to map 3. It's looking good right now. It's looking promising from 100 Thieves. But man, what a series thus far this has been. If we do go to map 3, it would be Bind with 100 Thieves starting on the attack. So actually, wait, might be looking at the wrong match. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But there we go. Yeah, it's split. Excuse me. Looking at the wrong map. So it's split. 100 Thieves starting on the attack. So that'll make things a little bit more interesting. Split, not exactly a favorite map for many teams. but neither is Ascent. So it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. dephh here alone, trying to just do some damage, maybe draw some blood, drop a body. Not going to happen. 4 players survive after what looked like a little bit of a rough start. They get onto that C site, and then you see them with that curveball coming through. You see 3 players on the other side, and you're worried. You're like, oh no, this could spiral out of control so quickly. But it does look like we have a pause coming in as a couple players not moving. Not sure if somebody disconnected. So we'll get back into the action shortly.
You're right. I'm smelling a map 3. Things are looking good, and especially with 100 Thieves in the lead, in the driving seat on the attacking side. The way that they were able to work, and especially in this last round even, 4 players still up on the Hiko. We'll see how this gun round plays out, but I can't imagine it's going to go in any drastic directions for Faze Clan. I think 100 Thieves will be able to keep control the way that they're playing these attacking sides. And a huge difference from what we saw, not only in game 1 on the defense, but also yesterday in the best of 3 against T1 for 100 Thieves. They found their mojo. They found what they need to play into these best of 3 series when really everything is on the line. The bracket play is so important. The upper brackets in this one, we have a double elimination. Means that you actually only have to play 3 matches to get to the grand finals. Granted, they're all best of 3s, but they're also not at the risk of getting eliminated. Compared to if you drop to the lower bracket right now, the risk is that you have to play 5 maps of best of 1 facing eliminations to get just to that lower bracket final. And then 1 more into the grand final, plus the 1 map deficit that you're going to be going up against if you come out of the lower bracket. So a lot of importance riding on this map.
Yeah, that gauntlet run can be quite difficult. Chat's accusing me of having a crush on Hiko, and I'm just going to address this. Of course I do. That man is super cute. How could you not? I mean, he is just a lovable guy. Hiko homies, ride or die for life. So we're waiting for this second half to continue after the technical pause came through. You can see Hiko there. He looks a lot different out of the server. I promise he actually has a face.
That's kind of scary.
I mean, right now we do see the time ticking down, so I assume the pause has come undone and we're ready to kick things off here. So 9-5, 100 Thieves in the driver's seat, which is not something they are used to. After that first map, they were down with a massive deficit. They managed to claw back. The question is whether or not Faze Clan can do the same thing, because Faze Clan, for the most part, has been on top of a lot of their games. With the exception of that Cloud9 series, Faze Clan played really well throughout the group stages.
Maybe we might not be used to seeing them in the driving seat, but I think they're used to it as the dominant performance in the group stage. And obviously, throughout scrims, people have been speaking highly of them, even though we didn't really know what the situation was. Corey's so aggressive down short. He finds 1 and a second onto Hiko. A big start to this round and a big deficit now for 100 Thieves. No space and only 3 players against 4. And so much control on long A, so much control on B. And even, you see, Psalm pushing down Garage to clear grass. I think they know it's coming, especially now that they spot that hour drone. It's dephh. He's going to get cleared. No cage to get out of here. He's got to get 1, but the recon bolt is too easy. There's the smoke for him, and he makes 1 work anyways, even though the chalk dart from Venerated will end up getting his life. They still have to approach towards A. I think that's what Venerated wants to do. They have the time to switch back, and the gamble is there for Faze Clan. All 3 members are here.
You've got them set up currently with that defense, waiting for the push to come through. 100 Thieves with a man disadvantage. YaBoiDre is going to toss out that slow work. They're going to start working their way out. Yikes! Psalm gets deleted by Dre. They go ahead and try and stick that plant. It's going to be a little bit easier to hold, given that the ice was down to slow, and there's Venerated swinging wide. They only had a few seconds left. They didn't actually get the spike plant, but somehow in the 1v2, with 5 seconds left, Venerated comes alive and dominates Faze Clan yet again, putting double digits on the board for 100 Thieves.
Oh no, a mistake that you see time and time again in TAC FPS is sometimes the experience not shining through there, because with the time as low as it was, yes, you might be tempted to dive in and make sure they can't get that spike down. Psalm peaks first, gets taken out instantly, and by himself, there's no trade available, and then they continue to push out with 8 seconds left. Of course, they'll respond to that. 100 Thieves gets another one, what should have been a lost position off of Corey's 2 frags. A quick approach on the long C with the owl drone in tow. Everybody else from FaZe Clan, they're scrambling after what they were stacking in towards B. Now they got the sights, it's pistols only. So 100 Thieves is going to go up 11-5 most likely. It's still possible, obviously, with the Sheriffs. Corey's done some crazy things. Remember the clip in beta of him with the ace? That was ridiculous. His rank started right here, right now. This ain't ranked. This is the match. This is the tournament. They break through the wall, but there's guns blazing on all sides. They're not going to let him through. There's the Hunter's Fury also going to push him back. From Venerated, and Hiko's got the flank covered. Almost no chance here. What a deficit. Oh, Psalm. Nice shot there, but again, it doesn't really go into that. Is that a second 4K in a row for YaBoiDre?
It very well could be. I mean, YaBoiDre's been playing fantastic all series long. Currently sitting at 17-11. Venerated, the only one in front of him at 20-10. I mean, look at the opposing team, 14-10 even for Hiko. The best performer right now for FaZe is Corey or dephh, who's both on 14 kills, one with 15 deaths, one with 14. ZachaREEE really struggling, 2-12 coming in from the Sage, as FaZe Clan has not yet found an answer for whatever it is that 100 Thieves is doing. Score update as well, off-stream game. Sentinels Immortals map 2. Immortals win 13-12, so another overtime game and another 3-map series going on between Sentinels and Immortals.
No more charges.
Joke's over! You're dead!
That's crazy. I mean, hopefully we're seeing a map 3 here. Although FaZe Clan, if they bring this back, I would not be disappointed in that at all. So I'll start with the Hunter's Fury. A gamble all the way from distance and B down towards A. And Valliate and crew now have to figure out how to claw their way back in. This time, there's space behind them, and dephh will pick up Hiko. So 2v5. They've made it work in the prior rounds, but this time I think they have no chance as Corey picks off Pride. It's all left to Valliate. Finds one onto Marved. Psalm will finish him out. The deficit here is the same thing that 100 Thieves had to claw their way back in. I was going to say that I don't see FaZe Clan doing it based on what we've seen in the couple rounds that we've seen of this half, but the way they started on both sides still could make things work. Of course, remember they had a 4-0 lead in this game. They could bring it back.
That's the crazy thing, right? They were up 4-0. They only won one other round. So they won the pistol and the anti-eco. They won the first buy round, and then the anti-eco following that. They lost almost every round after that except for one. And here they've been able to get back on the board, but it's been a string of rounds for 100 Thieves that's put them in the driver's seat. They just need to be careful and not allow players like Corey to try and gain momentum. We saw it. He even had a few promising rounds despite the fact that they weren't round victories. I think the big one was that 3K from Hiko that you got a response from Corey with another 3K on the site. They're going to try and work their way in towards C, where you've got Corey getting spotted just as they come through the doors, mind you. And they've got a 3-player defense with a 4th player backing them up. There is heavy focus right now towards C. Hiko can't get away from Marv's ult. ZachaREEE is in position as well. There's Valliate with a final response coming in from the likes of 100 Thieves. Valliate again trying to go off on site. He needs some backup. There's one back behind this platform, nestled in the corner. Curveball comes from around the corner, and it'll make things even harder as Valliate now is in the 1-on-3. He knows there's one back behind the cubby. It doesn't make a difference. Corey peeks out, and it will be a 7th round now for FaZe Clan. That's 2 in a row for them. First time they've done that since round 4, where they run round 3, 4, and then of course 1 and 2 before it.
Well done in the final moments of that round, too, when they were battling in that cubby. Corey with the curveball around the side, and Psalm is going to take that opportunity to dive out of there when he was low already. So much worked out on that take. The orbital strike for Marved was perfectly timed and perfectly spaced, too, in Garage to take out Hiko and also push them back off Garage as the take was coming up. Long C, they basically staggered the approach and the execute from 100 Thieves. So got to give the credit to Marved in that one for sure.
You've got dephh here with the operator. Venerated coming through from bottom mid. You can see a bulk of the players right now building up towards this A site where you've got dephh. He's got the operator in tow. And there's one right around the corner. The timing works out so nicely for dephh, who's going to actually drop a second cyber cage on top of the one that was already present, giving him more time to potentially take a fight the other direction. Valliate will use that, though, or your boy Dre will, excuse me, for the res. Corey picks off Venerated, and you've got Psalm on the back end of this play. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Psalm is currently sitting in spawn. They are trapped right now on A. They have to make a move as they're down to 35 seconds, and they're still going to continue this push towards A, which is the right call because at this point, they're stuck. They have to go. There's 3 players playing defense as well. You've got the Phoenix, you've got the Sage, you've got the Cypher. The cover is going to come out, the dark cover, the smokes. They're going to start working their way in. dephh through the edge of the wall, picks off Valliate. Another one for dephh. That's 3 on the round. And again, it comes down to 1. This time it's Hiko. Hiko's got 15 seconds left to try and get on the site, guarantee a plant, and get some kills as well. He's drawing blood, and he's brought things down to 3, but the round going to end as Psalm finally comes through on the flank. 8 rounds on the board for Faze Clan.
There's no way they're doing this. The same position they put 100 Thieves in, they now have to make that climb too, but it could end differently. We're now in a 3-round gap between 100 Thieves and Faze. And with the 1 map lead that they have, if Faze Clan can close this out, then oh my goodness. This would be one of the craziest series for one of the best matches I think we've seen yet in Valorant, as we start to have these really official tournaments where we have teams on all sides. Of course, Faze Clan's still a mix, but who knows? After this performance, who knows what that team is going to be thinking going forward, because this is a performance I want to see repeated. I want to see these guys back at it again, especially against a team like 100 Thieves, who also starting to get the first glimpses of, officially, this team is a roster, and it's not going anywhere. It's here for the long haul.
You can see they use that Sage Wall currently over on the C strike to try and boost up over top of the boxes. There's the ult coming in, the orbital strike. That'll flush ZachaREEE out of position as they're going to try and get up onto the site and gain access. There's that wall still down that they can use for a bit of cover. Corey's going to swing wide, gets the recoil under control with the Vandal, switches off to the sidearm, the pistol, spots the hack coming through, and there's the jumping shots coming in from Corey as well. 2 with the pistol to close things out. That's a 4K on the round. 9 rounds now on the board for Faze Clan, as they continue to fight and prevent that 3rd map from being a reality.
Classic Corey with the bursts to get the final 2 of that one, but the spray down there, I thought that was going to go in the direction of 100 Thieves after he missed the first couple shots, but gets it under control. Seeing a little get right in Corey's hands. Here it is again. 1 onto Pride, and then Venerated is on the other side of that. Here's the final 2 classic bursts. My man. As we move into this next one, we do have guns for 100 Thieves, but Corey an advanced position with the Incendiary from Brimstone to give him the space, and he also has the run it back available if he wants to. He's not going to spawn. Oh my goodness! No! There's so much information now gathered from him, but also he's going to be able to find maybe 2. Oh no! He held on too long! Venerated! Oh my goodness, the final moments. Marved is still getting aggressive though, and he does trade that out. He has to fall back into the cubby, but no escape for him. If they're watching, yes, it is Hiko looking at him and hoping that him and Pride will be able to clear out that corner, but you see on the other side, dephh is there, and they completely dominate, let him back out. Hiko does trade on the Psalm, but it doesn't matter as ZachaREEE finds another one, Valliate. Another 1v3 for Hiko. Another chance to bring things back for 100 Thieves.
How does that happen? How does that happen, that play? You've got Hiko now in a 1-on-3. This player in Garage, it's all about timing. Marv's going to spot him as he tries to make his way through into the C site. It's getting a little scary now. 100 Thieves had a huge lead, and it's starting to fade away a bit. It's starting to become a distant memory. They're now up by 1 round, and the buy coming in is abysmal. You've got Spectres, a Sheriff, Classics. It looks like they're going to invest heavily into the round, not wanting to surrender this round over understanding where their cash will be at in the next. So Hiko is going to be on the Vandal. You've got the Guardian potentially coming out. They're gun jungling right now just to try and figure out where they want to put their money at. And it looks like likely to see pistols on the remaining 2. Valliate down to a Frenzy. Pride on a Sheriff with armor. I mean, this is not good, as things were looking like maybe we'd see success here, but it's turned the other direction. The ult coming out from Venerated will work, and that's going to be dephh going down. Now Corey pops the run it back, trying to push through, spotted by the camera. They know that he's coming in through short, but they also know that he's on this A site. So if they had decided to push up, they might have been able to catch him on the other side of that ult, but it doesn't end up working out that way.
You will not kill my ally.
They get the wall down, the res, but they break it instantly. The shots on the other side, Valliate will find one, but there's the ults. The defense too strong here on the light buy from 100 Thieves. We're going to a possible 2v4 situation. Venerated has a Spectre, gets the spike. With 45 seconds, they have time to work with, but you could see Hiko doesn't have much space to fall back as this flank starts to come in, and they've got space on A as well. Corey's so aggressive. He knows that the spike is down in the corner. Hiko gets one though and forces Corey back. Oh my goodness, they pulled it in. Hiko, 2 frags, 1 on Corey, and now they just have to take the site. You can see the flank coming in perfectly. The paranoia is timed well, and it's now just down to 1. They've got the back spawn controlled, and he will push up quickly though. It's Marved, the man, the legend that's done so much, but Hiko is playing this perfectly with the dark cover. He spots him, and the spray off the strafe is perfect in the 4K. They put themselves on match point and did off of low eco as well.
That was impressive. Well played from Hiko. It looked like the round was going to fall apart, but somehow he claws them back into it and brings it to a 2-on-2. That paranoia, though, was textbook. The Sage trying to play wide. ZachaREEE gets hit right in the face with it. Full blind. Can't do anything against the recently buffed skill coming in from Hiko as the Omen. And then the flank comes in, but it's Marved on almost no HP, so it's a 1v1 that's very winnable for Hiko.
Might be match point, but things are still dangerous for 100 Thieves. They do not want to go to sudden death against Faze Clan here. Because like we saw in Bind, they kind of have a disadvantage going into that. On the attacking side, they need the ultimates to really work out. So if they lose this one, they might be low buy again. Psalm starts off onto Pride. No Resurrect available. And the ultimate on Hiko will not be too useful. One of the weakest out of the sets that they have on all these agents. Right now, though, he's working it. The Paranoias and the Dark Covers is working magic, especially with the Recon Bolts of his Sova companion and Venerated. They're going to peek down long C. Still some presence at A, so this is not by any means telegraphed play. They start to back up, might be towards B, but Hiko's still working up this A short. He might walk through the smoke, might even start to work with the Shrouded Step to get a quick pick on the dephh or Pride.
Hiko's spotting out that utility, though. There's the Cyber Cage being popped. He's looking for the tripwire now. He's going to take it out as well. That's actually going to pull an additional player over, potentially. Sova started to rotate in. Hiko's going to drop the dark cover. He wants to keep them glued here as long as possible. Fakes the port inside his smoke just to try and bait out any spam. But the rest of the team is actually going to be working over towards C. Time is of the essence right now. 16 seconds left. There's the swing ride from Corey. That should have worked out so much better. Now the ult ends up being worthwhile as Hiko's going to go for this port into the backside of sight. Would have had the backstab potentially onto ZachaREEE, but they get the kill regardless. They're going to go ahead and stick that spike with 4 seconds left. They will have time to get it. Psalm tries to charge through the slow orb that's down. Not going to quite make it out in time, so the spike does drop, but it's down to just 1 on the site. Hiko needs to charge through spawn to try and support. You've got this one playing back behind it, and it's not going to work out. Hiko now has to book it as they're going to go ahead and stick that spike. Hiko can't get there in time. The round's going to be lost, and it's going to be 12-11 as Hiko tries to get back into the site. He'll lose his life to Psalm. 4 kills on the round for Psalm as well. They've got one more round to try and close things out.
One more round. I'm looking at this money too. Curious if it would have been worth for Hiko to just back off of that final situation and give it, but no, he gets perfect amount of money, so well calculated for him. Valliate's going to be the only one on a Bulldog. Everybody else has a decent kit, a couple of light armors, but this is it. Again, remember the deficiencies of the attacking side when it comes down to sudden death. No ults available to make those approaches a lot more difficult. Of course, still valuable, still possible, but when it comes down to these final situations, you want everything available. So this is where they want to strike against Faze, right here, right now. If they want, obviously, on match points, they want the highest chances.
Pride over towards C. They've got to contend with ZachaREEE, who again uses that wall to get vertical above the default box. Slow orb going down. But right now, it's mostly an A play coming out. They've got the Owl drone coming in as well. They're using a lot of utility towards this C site. If they go towards A, there's only one here. It's dephh, who's using the cam currently to just spot them if they do go for that push. They're going to take down the tripwire. They're going to start moving onto the site. Triggers that second cyber cage. dephh currently up in heaven, playing now for the retake as the team has gained control of this site. With 38 seconds left on the clock, the spike will be planted. The Cam's still here. He's just using to call out positions, not firing darts. That's actually the huge play, the right play to make. Dart cover down in heaven currently, preventing him from being able to do anything as it stands. Hiko's going to send out more dart cover to try and guarantee this round victory for his team. The clock continuing to tick down as Venerated gets spotted by the dart that comes through. Great paranoia coming in from Hiko. Saw him with the trade. dephh fires back as well. It's down to a 2-on-3. ZachaREEE even chimes in as well. It's down to 1. It's going to be the Brim. As the spike ticks away, they have to stick the defuse. He has to go for the peek. He's got the molly on the spike yet again. There's no way he does this again. They're going for it. Time is of the essence. Has to peek to try and stop it. And he does get the kill. It's going to be a 13-11 win for 100 Thieves as Faze Clan fall at the very end. Unbelievable. We are going to map number 3.
Map number 3 off the backs of a crazy incendiary set piece from Pride to close out the match, and you always have to be careful.